Hi everybody, it's Christine Bertram and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. We are in for a treat with the Earthen Elegance class, which we're going to be doing here momentarily. Thank you everybody for being here with us already so quickly, you guys. I'm so excited. We have, wow, lots of people here. Hi Cindy Rentry, hi Susan Bellamy, there's Mary Lemke. Judy Sharp, looking forward to this class. You guys, I've been looking forward to this class for a very long time too. If I had to pick a really just a designer series paper that I absolutely love, it is the Earthen Elegance. Now, if I was picking out a suite, I would pick the Daisy Suite, but if I'm picking out paper just by itself, I do love this Earthen Elegance. So we're gonna be making those cards momentarily. Oh, Vicki Rodriguez is here. Hi, Anna Carter. Hi, Dawn Ablett. Thanks for sharing on Facebook, Cindy Rentry. I appreciate it. Hi, Sherry Everett. Hi, Linda Hunt. And there's Susan Bellamy. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I did mine just before I started going live. Hi, Lynn Beasley. Hey, Sherry Martin. And there's Randy Schultz. Hi, Ileana. Yay. Yay, yay. There's Sarah Merchant. Hi, Mary Carls from Jericho. Beautiful weather today. I couldn't agree more. It was a gorgeous, bright, sunshiny day here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and in the area. Hi, Patty Wright. Hi, Donna Grushki. I'm sure Faye is watching too, hopefully. Hi, Susan Ray Hendricks. Hi, Nicole Herrick. And there's Sandy Wicklander with all of her purple hearts. I love it. Hi, Shelly and Sarah. And Bellinger's here. Hi, Jeannie Parker. Hi, Darrell. Yay. You look great with the yellow shirt, maybe? Maybe that's what that says. Oh, the tan. So there's a little heart that was right over the word tan, so I was kind of guessing what you were talking about. Yes, I do have a little bit of tan going on from the last 2 weekends. I actually got outside of the house, the craft room, and enjoyed some vitamin D. Yay. So, hi, Connie Moore. No fair tonight. Awesome. So Connie, I sent you a Facebook message. I believe you had requested access to my Autumn Creative Escape group, and I wasn't sure if you were planning to partake in that event or not. So I think I'm just looking for an answer. I think you're the only Connie Moore I know. Hi, Kathy Jackson. Hi, Carmen Melendez. All right. All right. Hi, Janice Ormiston. You received the Happy Mail today. You guys, so we kitted up everything for August, basically in the last 2 weeks. And so I'm way ahead of the curveball, which I felt amazed about for like the first time ever. We're so ahead with kitting. So we did half the classes last week and we did half the classes this week. And we did that because it is game on for the Autumn Creative Escape, which is an event that I do next month. Hi, Lisa Wepley. So the escape is next month. I have openings for maybe about 15 to 16 more people with the goodie box. And there's about 128 people that I'm planning for. And we kit up 9 make and takes for each person. Everybody gets a goodie bag full of every basically consumable except for maybe 1 or 2. Hi, Gwen Goda from Hawaii. Hi, Becky Rohr. Gwen, I hope you're on the Big Island. I hope that the fires aren't impacting you. We were just talking and listening on the news about Lahaina in Maui, which is where we spent some time a couple years ago. And I guess the banyan tree is all burned down. And we were so sad to hear that. Hi, Pauline Landuit. So our prayers are with you and everybody in Hawaii at this moment with the fires that are going all over the place. I heard it was in Maui and the Big Island, so not fun at all. Oh, you did message me. I didn't realize it was for demos only. Got it. Okay, well, thank you for clarifying. I have been designing today, you guys. I stayed off the phone for as much of the day as I possibly could. Yesterday I was off the phone and the emails a lot as well, preparing for bingo, and then we had a 3-hour class yesterday. You guys, I get it, class isn't always 3 hours, and sometimes I always keep it to under 2 hours. But wow, we had 10 cards, you guys. I could not squish making 10 cards into any amount of less time and to actually do a good job showing you how to make them and going through the process of assembling and stamping. So for everybody that stuck through it the whole 3 hours, you guys are amazing. The wonderful thing, Lynn Beasley got her Happy Meal too. Yay. You're on Oahu. Okay. All right. Perfect. So Donna had a family member, and that's exactly it. Everything got burned. It's burned. It's not good. A lot of people are being displaced. So I was starting to say the good thing is, and now I don't remember my train of thought on that, but we'll get back to it, I'm sure. I was trying to think what I was on. Oh, it'll come back to me. And I thought, remember the thought. And I remember thinking, the good thing is, and I remembered the sentence, and then I don't remember what I was on, on path for. So somebody will remind me. Oh, we were talking about the good thing with the replay is that if a class, you guys, is ever too long, and it's like, gosh, I don't have an hour and a half or 2 hours, that is why it is amazing to watch the replay. If you ever have questions, I mean, my classes that I do here, you guys, are completely geared to the people who take my classes, right? So if you're in for the fun and watching along and not necessarily doing the cards, you can always fast forward and do anything, you know, you can fast forward and not watch it. But for those that are doing the cards and doing the class with me, like this video is for you guys. Primarily, I do this video so you can see how to make these cards and put them together so they turn out fabulous. And so you have this, like this class, and then in addition, you have the PDF tutorial. So everybody who does a class with me that either gets the kits for free or pays for the class, there's an online, or I should say a PDF tutorial for that online class. And so there's different ways that you could put your cards together. You don't always have to sit for 2 hours and watch me. Hi, Penny Powell from Florida. So yeah. So that's just one of the perks, you guys. When we do an in-person class usually takes about an hour and a half to 2.5, depending on the person. Some people are like lickety split and they fly through the cards in an hour and a half, and the next person is a little bit more, they're just maybe learning, or they are more time detailed with how fast they go, and they might take a little bit longer. So you guys, classes are always different in terms of length of time. Hi, Deanna Stell. My goal is always to keep it to 2 hours. And I think most of you know that. We try to keep it for 2 hours, but sometimes you're gonna have a longer class and sometimes we're gonna have a shorter class. Sherry said she missed class yesterday because she was picking up her new car. Yay! Awesome. Congratulations on the new car. So I do need to apologize because when I scheduled the live from the Hive reminder, I scheduled that about 3 weeks ago, and I took a template from the Winter Wonderland Stamp-a-Stack, which was at 6 p.m., and I changed out it to say Gone Fishing One Sheet Wonder Stamp-a-Stack, but I did not catch that the time should have been 1 p.m. instead of 6 p.m. So I am sorry. I did see that a few people posted on my live from the Hive that they were looking for the live last night at 6 o'clock and they didn't realize that it was actually at 1. And so a lot of people do like to be live with me to interact and ask questions or just to engage in conversation. And I apologize because I didn't catch that. And so that was on me. The good thing is, again, you can always catch the replay for yesterday's class. In case you missed it, I did know it was at 1 in the afternoon. You guys, I run out of nights. I can't always do every class in the evening. And I know some people work in the evening as well. So I try to space out my classes that some are in the afternoon and some are in the evening. All 20 kittens have homes, so I might get to make a card again. Penny, that would be fabulous. I would love to hear that you're making cards again. That would be awesome to use your amazing supplies. So a little side note, I did want to apologize on that live from the Hive being at the wrong time, noting the wrong time. And that you guys, just for those that, I know a lot of people that are here watching right now have been watching me for a little while, but for those that are new and they're just watching me for the first time, I like to do card classes. I love to make cards, and a card class usually takes, for me, about an hour and a half to 3 hours, 1.5 to 2 hours, depending on how many cards. And like yesterday was the oddball because it was 10 cards. So I don't know how I could squish more cards or less, make those cards any faster. So, all right. So I have my book in front of me, you guys, for Earthen Elegance. This is the card class we're doing today. I'm going to do roll call because the people who I'm going to read off to here, you guys, this class is for you. Primarily for you because you signed up, you registered for this class either by taking and placing an order for Stampin' Up! Product to get the class for free, or you paid for it. And I appreciate you guys being my customers and taking classes with me. You may not have taken this class specifically, but you take other classes. I appreciate that too. But I like to give credit to the people that are registered for this class and do roll call. And I think that if you're here and you want to call out here, I love to see when you guys are here. So we have Judy Sharp, Carol Selinsky, Becky Gandolfo, Brenda Crudwig, Cindy Runtree, Karen Stagg, Donna Grushke, Vicky Rodriguez, Francis Rodriguez, Nedra Dover, Karen Woods, Susan Ray Hendricks, Angela Knutson, Jenna Helms, Linda Hunt, Laura Sullivan, Carla Lake, Mary Lemke, Shirley Malarkey, Mary Carls, Marcia Dean, Darrell Hoffaker, Sherry Everett, Sandy Wicklander, Jeannie Parker, Angelique McClendon, Faye Nieder. You probably got the slip with the L in it, Faye. I know now it doesn't have the L. Tammy Steckling, Wendy Kruger, Susan Bellamy, Carmen Melendez, Kathy Dali Nagari, Gwen Petrashek, Leslie McMinn, Gwen Simmons, Lisa Sharkey, Nancy Ryan. You know, this is one of Nancy's first classes. It's actually probably her second class. So I'm so excited for when people are taking their first classes with me. Ruth Nicholson, Kathy Jackson, Lisa Welpley. Lisa, this is one of your first classes too. Linda Scott, Patty Wright, Susan Warmley, Pauline Landuit, Ileana Viquez, Tammy Sokolik, Jennifer Jones, Bonnie Kemen, Deanna Stell, Janice Ormiston, Janet Prue, Elaine Rebeck, and Latokia Trigg. Wow, you guys, that was quite the list. I also did have this class in person on Monday night with I think there was 4 people on Monday night. And I have this class again, in case you're local to me, I am doing this class again in person on the 19th of August. It's a Saturday. And I'm going to switch the time from 1 p.m. in the afternoon. It's going to get moved up to 10 a.m. So if you're local to me and want to come for some in-person card making fun, please reach out to me. I will have plenty of kits left. You guys, at the moment, if there's anybody that I didn't call your name off and you would still like to get signed up for this class, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, about 10 spots left where the card kits are ready to go. We could get them in the mail. If there's a different class in August or a past class that I have available, reach out to me, because then we can work on consolidating shipping at this point. If classes are in the past or I have them kitted up already, then we can consolidate. So I also want to call out that this is the Sweet Bundle class that I do each month. And what does that mean? That means if somebody bought the bundle that we chose to feature for this class by the deadline, which was last week, they get a half a pack of the designer series paper or the gift of the month, whatever it is, as an extra token of appreciation for liking the bundle so much that they bought it to do for the class. Because this class has 3 different ways you can get it. 1, buying the bundle, and then you get the promotion. 2, placing an order of a minimum $45, and this is for people in the States. And then the other one is to pay for it with cash, check, or electronically, and then that's how you get your card kits. This is also the class that if you are in Canada, Rose Coleman will be providing kits in Canada. She was at a holiday summer vacation with her family the last couple weeks, and so she took some time for herself and her family, and she just is getting back into the swing of things. So you are not too late if you are in Canada and you want to take this class with Rose. Just reach out to her. Her information will be added to the description of this event, the description on this YouTube Live after I'm done with class. I realized I copied over what I normally use for myself, but I will include Rose's information in that. So if you want these kits, reach out to Rose. She is open at this point. She hasn't kitted up anything. So anybody in Canada can still sign up for this class with Rose if you want to. So going back to the promotional, you guys, this is the biggest one ever. I think there were 18 people that signed up and placed an order to get this class for free, and they got the half a pack of paper. So I want to do a special call out to those people because I so greatly appreciate your support with the orders and picking the bundle. So Carol Selinsky, Becky Gandolfo, Brenda Crudriggs, Cindy Runtree, Karen Stagg, Vicky and Francis, both Rodriguez, Karen Woods, Jenna Helms, Linda Hunt, Laura Sullivan, Carla Lake, Marcia Dean, Gwen Simmons, Kathy Jackson, Lisa Welpley, Lynn Beasley, Joyce Kornick, and Annette Rollin. Wow, you guys, by far the largest amount of people that took advantage of the promotional bundle month. Yeah, I love it. So they each got a half a pack of the Earthen Elegance Designer Series paper. So cool. We will do the door prize drawing later tonight after we're done with class. So I'll set that back here. You guys, if you're ever wondering how you get signed up for a class, you just let me know, and I have to just get your name into my Purplelicious book back here, and then you get signed up for the class. And that's all it takes. After you want to sign up for a class, we figure out you pay for it or do you place an order to get it for free. So Did you find a home for yesterday's one Stamp-a-Stack class? You know what, Penny? I think I did. And I'll be honest with you, I was off of my emails for the last 3-ish days. I was feeling pretty caught up on them, like through Monday. I mean, there's a few that I needed to catch up on from last week, but not many. But since Monday, we kitted up 2 classes on Monday, and then we designed a class on Tuesday. And then yesterday was a class for 3 hours, and then I kitted up bingo. I had 9 people for bingo last night and did everything from start to finish with designing, cutting, kitting, and getting them ready for class last night. And then we designed another class today. So Penny, I'm pretty sure in my reviewing my emails, I spot check things and I try to respond to people as much as I can. But I believe somebody asked for the Gone Fishing class, and I had one Winter Wonderland Stamp-a-Stack left, and I have that pegged for the first person that asked me for it last week. So I don't think I have any of the Stamp-a-Stacks left. But let's flip down, you guys, and show you what we're going to be working on today. There is going to be a cameo appearance here of Miss Honeysuckle of the Hive. She wanted you guys to know that she is here, making her presence known to you. So Earthen Elegance, you guys, on the first page in the catalog, there is a table of contents. And so page 70 to 71 is where you're going to find this suite we're working with tonight. Hi, Karen Karstay. It's called Earthen Elegance, but the bundle itself is called Earthen Textures. It comes with a stamp set and dies, and then some wavy trim ribbon, and then this paper. And I love all of the paper. I'm a little bit weird, like off with this one right here. It looks like milk falling out of a pot. So we did use that on one of the pots. But so this is where you can find the information of this suite. There's just like a 2-page spread on it. So if you're looking for any of this stuff, it's in here. The other thing I want to show to you guys, in case you didn't see my live yesterday, thanks, Cindy. If you guys ever are wondering about the supplies that I use for classes, if you go to my calendar of events, which is Cards by Chris B, click on the events calendar and go to the class itself. It's August 10th today. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, I have a whole product listing of what I used for this class, in case you're wondering, well, where did that copper paper come from that's so smooth and lustery? Well, it's right here. And when you click on it, it takes you into the online store so that if you want to purchase it, you can. So that's all in here, in case you guys don't know that. I do that for all the classes except for the monthly class and Let's Just Stamp. Okay, so we showed you in the book where the stuff comes from. You can also find it on my website if you want to look there for it. The other thing I like to show you guys is this DSP sampler. When we do a suite bundle class, I pull this out so I can show you. You guys, I am taking reservations or registrations for the holiday mini catalog sampler. I already have 55 of them pegged for people, and we're making 60. So I'm getting to the point where I'm almost at capacity for the holiday mini catalog DSP sampler. This is the spread on Earthen Elegance. Now this is for the annual catalog. We're going to be working on the holiday one, making that up here soon. So Jeannie Parker said her kitty just walked across her laptop and messed up the live. Yes, they have a way of walking right over the keyboard. So we used this pattern, we used this one, we used both of these, I believe, and then this one here, and possibly that. So we tried to use as much of the DSP in the class as possible. Okay, so we went over that. And we are going to be doing one little bit of die cutting. So I got the machine here, but I'm going to grab my kits real quick. So I have them here. So when you take a class with me, for this one in particular, you would get 4 card kits. I do include the envelopes. Yes. So going back to that, Shelly, really quick, that is a wonderful question. Anytime that I do an online class, there is a tutorial and it is for sale. I put all of the 4 card classes and Stamp-a-Stacks and any ad hoc class that I do in my online store. When I do a 3 card class, like the monthly class, or Let's Just Stamp, which is also a 3 card class, I don't include those in my online store, but they are still available if somebody wants it. I email it to people and they pay me via check or like electronically transfer money. It would be a lot to put absolutely every class that I do in the online store. It would be crazy. Like really like you guys would have a hard time finding things. But in case you're wondering, Shelly, like I literally just uploaded the Gone Fishing. So in case you guys didn't get the Gone Fishing class, you would just go to shop in my website, cardsbycrispy.com, and you would go to online classes and tutorials. And this is where they are. Now, if you ever want to pay for anything outside of my website, just know that you can. If you pay through my website, it charges a convenience fee for using my website because it costs money to have a website. So that kind of gets baked into the prices. So if you ever want to pay outside of my system, like instead of it being $11, it's $10. Or if it's $16, it's $15. It's like usually $1 off if you send money electronically or send a check. But I just wanted to point out, like all of these, you guys, all of these are online classes. And the last one that I just uploaded was the Gone Fishing One Sheet Wonder class. So this is out there now in case anybody wants to get it. It includes all 10 cards that we made, all of the instructions and measurements and pictures. So that's out there, all right? So good question, Shelly. Nicole Herrick, can you get one of the holiday catalogs and one of this class? Absolutely, you sure can. I definitely think that is a possibility. And I think you are already pegged to get the DSP sampler. I will mark it green that I know you do want it, and then you want earthen. Yes. So I got a little note for you, girlfriend. Okay. Hi, Gwen. Okay, good questions, you guys. Good questions. So when you get a class from me like this one, like Nicole just said, oh, I want to get this class. What does she get? She's going to get all of these. What are you doing, my little girl? She wanted to be by me. So you get everything but included in the envelope. So it comes and it looks like a closed envelope with all of your stuff in the inside of the envelope contained. And then when you open up the envelope, all the materials are in there, including the embellishments, including the ribbon. Sometimes I put all the embellishments in one envelope versus spreading them out, just depends. But you'll get all of the card kits. And in this case, oh, Patty Wright, you want a DSP sampler as well. You sell the sampler? Yeah. Well, I don't have any left of the annual catalog, Shelly, but I am working now on the mini catalog, the holiday mini catalog. So Patty, I will put you down for a DSP sampler. Right now, the demonstrators were just given access to see the holiday catalog, and I've already in the process of next week, we're making all of them, and I had to kind of forecast how many to make, and I think we're making 60. If I find that I'm already at 60 right now, we might plan for 64. Yes, Shelly, I sell those samplers with every new catalog. I do not have any left. I usually run out of them. I don't have any left of any past ones, but I will be putting the PDF in my online store to sell it as a PDF, which isn't quite as cool as having the real thing. But if you want to get the holiday mini catalog, definitely go to my calendar of events for September 1st. It is out there already. So you go to my website and then you go to cardsbycrispy.com and then go to events. Hey, Christine. Wow, Lazarides or Lazarides? Yeah, Shelly, we can definitely get you down here. I would suggest you also send me an email to my email address here, confirming that, and I don't think I've ever shipped you anything, so just need your address, and phone number, and your email. That would be perfect. If you go to September 1st, it'll tell you how to do payment, either through my website or sending it electronically. So you guys, these are the cards we're going to be making tonight. We're going to kind of roll into these. We're going to be making these cards. They're pretty cool. You don't need a lot of the stamps for this class. Honestly, if you chose not to buy Earthen Elegance and you want to do this class, you would definitely be very successful on this one, because the only thing that really gets stamped are sentiments and this one stamp right there. Otherwise, everything is on the inside. So sentiments, if you don't, you're like, yeah, man, I wasn't really excited about the stamps that I don't want it. Well, don't buy it. Buy stuff that you like, right? And then you can still get this class for free with a minimum $45 order, or you could pay for it, whatever you want. But if you don't like something, don't buy it. That's what I always tell people. But I love this set. I love something about these pots and the foliage that go in them, so super cool. And then the dies that went with this set have these different foliage. I call them everything that's like a plant type thing. I call it foliages. So there's the only dies that really didn't get used were this one, that one, and then there's this one back here. But both pots got used, and these got used, and then that one didn't. But this is the bundle. This is still available. I think I saw that it might be on low inventory at the moment. Let's see how you say this. Lazaritas. Okay, so Carolyn Littlewood, yes, I can add you for a DSP sampler as well. You guys, I should have gotten a bigger piece of paper. These samplers are great. If you're a demonstrator or a discount shopper, there's different ways you can use it. If you're a demonstrator who have classes, it's a great tool to have to show people the different DSP without having to buy all the DSP. If you're an avid crafter or hobbyist and you love to have visibility to everything, like with the designer paper, and like, oh, I'm looking for a piece of paper that's this color, you can flip through those pages and it will help you with your crafting and just help you with making things more cohesive. So very cool. All right, so these are the 4 cards we're going to be making tonight, and I like to always put them in the order that I want to end with. I like that one, and then this one. So you guys kind of figure out what I like too. I think I'm going to go this route. Okay, so we're going to start with the blue one. So these are the 4 cards we're going to make. Oh, are you guys wondering what this pile is over here? Do you guys want me to do a little side quest or save this for the end? This is a card class that we just designed, and I guess if you guys are like, yep, let's see it, I'll stop and show it to you. And if you guys were like, no, wait till the end, I'll show you at the end. All right, so this is the first one. And so I'm going to grab that kit, which is, wow, what is going on here? This is Season of Chic. Yes, this is the wrong card class. Hang on. I got to grab the right one. One moment, please. Let's see if oh, mine's over on the table over here. So hang on. I got to get mine off the table. So we did the ink, paper, scissors with Season of Chic last month, and it used the earthen paper. So they were very similar and close. And so that's what those card kits were. And I think this is more in line with what I'm looking for. And I never even put mine into envelopes yet. So that's how that goes. All right. So in your envelope, you guys, let's see them, please. Oh, you're so cute. Okay. All right, let's see them. Jeannie says, Patty says now, see it now. You guys are amazing. Okay, let's see it now, right? Okay, so we worked a little bit ahead, and it's actually a class that's not until October. Okay, so it's a little wait. Okay, so you guys, if you're, okay, I just published my new schedule, okay? And I did send in a Facebook post about it. All right, I posted about it, but I did not email about it yet. But if you go to my website, cardsbycrispy.com, and you go to blog and news, newsletters and files, if you have a printer at home, you can print off my August through December 2023 schedule. When you open this up, that's where you're going to see the plethora and overabundance of crazy classes that I do. And you can see monthly classes, sweet bundle classes, the ink, paper, scissors, let's just stamp, and the technique club class. Those are the 5 core classes every month that are held, and then there's on top of it ad hoc. So if we go to ink, paper, scissors, you guys, this month in August we're doing ink botanicals. Next month is all about autumn. They're being worked on, but we worked ahead on the garden walk class, which is a suite in the new holiday catalog, and that's what we worked on today because they are being used for swap cards that we need to get sent out. So with that, so to try to help to understand why we worked on October and we're not working in September at the moment, that's why. So the stamp set is Modern Garden, but honestly, another one where if you're not in love with it and you don't like it, you can definitely do this class without having it. But if you love it and you want it, buy it. And so this is the ink, paper, scissors for October, and it features a an oval punch, a modern oval punch. And so we have the designer series paper is what we worked with. So each card has the two different, hi Mary Schreiber, has two different patterns, and there's 8 different patterns total. So hi Nedra Dover. And so yes, so here's one card. All right, so again, that you have to like understand that this designer series paper was a little bit hard to work with. It was very challenging for us to get matching paper and then bringing in the colors. And so here's one, and then here's another one. Hi, Jenna Helms. And then here's another one, so that opens up like that. And then this one is It's Your Birthday. So again, the stamps in here, they gave you birthday or Christmas. And we're like, none of this paper is Christmassy that we used. We went with all of the non-Christmas stuff. And so, and that's just stamping some flowers on here. And then sentiment. So you guys, another card class where you wouldn't necessarily need to buy the exact stamp set to make the beautiful cards. So, but it's like, this one was a mentally challenging one to pull this, like how the paper that they gave us, like how they put the different colors together. So anyways, that's that. You guys are the first ones to see these. These are literally hot off the press. We finished them at 4 o'clock, which is only 2.5 hours ago. So they're hot off the press. All right. And, oh, that can go back over here. So there you go. So you saw that. And then in case you guys didn't watch class yesterday, we also got Let's Just Stamp for September done. So some of you might not have seen these, but we did, this one features the Fruitful Blessings, which is also another another stamp set bundle that is in the new holiday mini catalog. So you guys, I showed these off yesterday, but it's very possible if you didn't catch that class yet, you might not have seen these. So yay. So we did get some stuff for September done. So that's September Let's Just Stamp. Now, all right. Oh, Vicky says she loves them. Yay, Mary loves them. All right, Cindy says lovely cards, very pretty. Good. Awesome. I'm glad you guys like them. We're always worried and nervous when we're designing cards. We're like, we really hope they like them. So, all right. So the colors you guys have, this is the first one that we're going to work on for Earthen Elegance for tonight. We have here Gray Granite mixed with Misty Moonlight and Basic Black. And this is what we're going to put together. They all use the sparkle gems here, except for one card, which uses the in color dots. So I have some of those here. These, I'm getting down to the end of my little pack here. They come in a brown color, a black color, and a white color, and there's 2 sizes. And so we'll be pulling these out when it's time to embellish. They're fun and they're cheerful, right? Exactly. That's what those cards are. They're fun and cheerful. So in your kit, you guys are going to have the white piece and a black piece. These are for your inside, and they're matted so that the black is your normal mat, and then the white is slightly smaller. These are matted for the front panel, and this is embossed with the exposed brick embossing folder. So gray granite on black. You'll have your pot cut out, which on the other side is the mauve one, and then we're gonna use the pebbled path. We got this right, you guys. This is the nested essential dies, and these are if you took the textured floral class with me last month, you would have noticed that this was slightly smaller. Didn't make the card any worse or bad. Like, it just was smaller. We made sure that we had them the right size on here, which we were going for. This is also from, you know, that's die cut. So you guys, whenever you get a class from me, I have an amazing team that helps with die cutting and embossing and cutting my designer paper. Karen Wetstein helps me cut designer series paper for you guys. And then Rhonda helps me with embossing, and then Tammy and Anna and Karen Forward all help with die cutting. You also have a piece of the Night of Navy bordered ribbon, and then you'll have your card base. Now, you guys have to do a little work on this one. I could have cut off the edge for you, and I'll be honest with you, I must have forgotten, because normally I do that for you. But what we said in class on Monday night is, well, everybody's got to get their little cutter out, and we're going to show people how to cut this. So what we need to do is we need to cut off 1 1/4 inches because this is basically 1 1/4 inches that gets cut off. So you can either cut it at 7 1/4 or cut 1 1/4 inches off. Hi, Marshall Long, coming in late. We're just getting started. Oh, thanks, Susan Bellamy. My helpers appreciate hearing that. So we're just going to cut off 1 1/4 inches. So yes, you guys normally don't have to do any cutting whatsoever when you get a class from me, but just know this class, you have to cut this little bit off, and what you do with this is your choice. You could use it to cut a label out, you could use it to emboss it and add it to a card, make something, I always tease my girls when I give them stuff, make something pretty out of it. Something later and in the future. So that is what you have now, is that little bit cut off, and now that's where we can burnish this with our bone folder. All right, perfect. So that's that. Now, a lot of this is done for us except for our little label here. And I'm looking at this and I'm just noticing I had to cut these guys. They're all like 3/8 of an inch. And I have to use this little guy to cut it. So I'm just going to snip off just a little hair off that corner because I could see it was just slightly longer there. All we have to do on this one is a little stamping with a sentiment. So what do you want to use? If you guys aren't a fan of red rubber stamps and you have photopolymer ones to use, go for it. Because it's hard to see through here. The stamp color for this one is Pebbled Path. So it's a new in color. And what you're going to want to do, I will admit, it helps if you practice, especially with red rubber. If you practice stamping with gratitude or whatever you have on the edge of a piece of paper, I looked at it straight, but that side went up. So then that means I need to bring it down just a hair on that side, and that makes it straight. So I like to practice that little bit before I go ahead and stamp it, so that when I go to stamp it on my label, it works good. So, all right, so I'm happy with that. I didn't stamp anything on the inside of this card, and that's because I have this designer paper here acting as like the inside. Now, if you wanted to put thank you there, you could. With gratitude, you're showing appreciation for something that somebody did. So that's pretty much ready then. And now we can do a little bit of assembly. All right, so I'm going to take and glue this. And we are going to glue these. The other thing, you guys, we talked about this a lot yesterday, is it doesn't hurt to take and just line these up and make sure that you're happy with the margin before you go ahead and glue them. And we're going to glue that designer paper here. So I love this print back here. That is probably one of my favorite prints. It looks like it's leaves, but it kind of reminds and resembles feathers to me. So, and you guys, don't be nervous. We are going to be doing a whole bunch of gluing at one time. I always have a thought, well, if I'm going to open up the glue bottle, I'm going to glue as much as I can. So this one goes right onto our front panel here, where we cut that 1.25 inches off. And with this one, you can figure out, well, what do you want up? There's no words on it, so it's however you want it. Oh, thanks, Donna. Hi, Tammy Steckling. So that goes there. And then this one will go along the edge here. And I like to pick things up, and I like to kind of just make sure they're even like that. Flush on the sides. If anything needs to get trimmed, now's the time to do it. Then this one is going to be flat as well. So just a little glue there, and then this will get glued onto the black. You know, Donna, I do have the best helpers. I am blessed beyond belief with the team of people that I have that help me. From designing, to kitting, to cutting, to embossing, to the marketing side. Like, I'll tell you, it takes an army of people to make what you guys are experiencing to get us to this point where we are having a class. And by the time we come to have the class, like you with me right now, all the work is done, and I get to sit here and like, this is the fun part. I get to show you guys how I put cards together. I've been putting cards, like, so I started stamping when I was 2. No, I'm just kidding. I was 19 or 20 is when I started making cards. So I was a freshman in college, I think, when I started making cards. A friend invited me over to stamp at her house, and she took me into her basement where it was a finished basement, and they had an entire finished basement that they used for crafting and fun, like, creative things. And she showed me heat embossing. And so I've been making cards, and I said, oh, I'm only going to own 3 sets. You know how that goes, right? I'm only going to own 3 sets. That's all I'm going to ever buy. And now I have a whole house and then an add-on house. dedicated to it. And so I just, I love the best feedback I had is when I went into the online world where you guys can see what I do and how I put cards together. When I had in-person, and I still continue to have a lot of in-person classes, but when I have in-person classes, if one person on one side of the room asks, well, how do you do this? The other side of the room doesn't necessarily hear that answer. And so when I'm doing a class with you guys, you ask me a question, everybody gets to hear the answer and everybody gets to see how I do things. And it just, you can learn so much more by it. All right, so I cut my ribbon in half, and you can see here I put my tear and tape on the back side of this label. So these are from the Nested Essential Dies, and I put that tear and tape, like one is actually, did I do that opposite? Or I think I did it, oh, one's here. Oh, I think this one's supposed to be down lower. Hang on, I think I need one down here. I put them in the, kind of, not the wrong spot, but just not where it needed to be, which would kind of like be the wrong spot, right? So let's grab another one. So I cut the ribbon in half, and what I'm gonna ultimately do is, I can look at my sample card because I have it done already. The first loop is gonna go there and then come out here. I will tell you how I actually figured out where to put this ribbon. I actually would put the pot on first, and that's how I should have showed you guys how to do this. So we're gonna grab some dimensionals here, and we're going to put the dimensional here at the top and here, and then we'll put the foliage thing. It actually, if I look at this, it's black, so to me it's kind of dead, but it's the foliage thing. It matches the card, right? So we're gonna put that, attach it like this, and then what I would do is put a little bit of glue. Oh, I have two pots if someone is missing one. So you know what happened, Judy, is we die cut more pots. Some of the pots, when they came back, were missing an edge on them. And I did quality control and pulled those pots out that I wasn't happy with. Like they were just missing an edge over here. And then what happened was my helper, Dahami, was here die cutting actually. And she was helping us kit. And so she sat and she helped us die cut more pots. And I actually want that up higher, just a hair higher. So she helped us die cut more pots as we were kitting. So it's very possible that you got an extra pot, and that nobody is actually missing a pot, because it was a little bit of a hot mess with the pots, I will be honest with you. So you guys, I am going to just trim this a little bit. So what happens when I can participate, and I'm usually in the room when we're kitting, but I'm making bows, or I'm writing out the class slips, or I'm doing something like cutting more paper, or we need more of this. I'm doing that kind of stuff. And yes, still the foliage, absolutely. My mom and Diane, or sometimes Sharon Perez is here, or somebody else is here helping kit. And I have eagle eyes, you guys. I don't let anything slide through the cracks. If there is something that's missing an edge by a hair, I will be like, nope, we need a new one. And Diane's pretty good about that too. But you guys, I will be honest and tell you, my mom is not a stamper. My mom comes to help kit because she wants to spend time with me and she wants to help me. And so my mom is more of putting things down, and she doesn't always catch things. And so the whole quality control with my mom. So whenever something's wrong, my mom says, just blame her, you guys, because she's okay with it. And it's because she doesn't have the eye for it like Diane or I do, because we are the crafters. And so if you ever get anything like that, you guys are always welcome to say, hey, I need a new one of these, and I will mail you whatever you need. And sometimes you have what you need, like the die or the paper at home, and you can do it. So you guys see what I did? I put this all together. I stellaed this because Donna said to remind me to stella it. It was awesome. And so what I'm going to do now is I have my tear and tape prepped over here, and my mom too doesn't always catch doubled up things. And so when we get to the end, I always say, look and count and double check everything. And if they've double checked and they are certain that everybody has one and there's still short one, that's when I pull out the dies and I cut something again. So there's what I did. Now I know exactly where this goes. And then this one's going to go on the bottom side over here. And what happens is I'm going to make my loop here, and then bring my tail out like that. So Judy, I appreciate that you let me know that you got 2 pots. So what I would say with the other pot, make something pretty with it. So, and the thing about this card is that this pot is the same pot, like on the reverse side was a pink pot. That's what got used on the next card. So, yeah. Yeah, so my mom, she tries, you guys. She really does try, and she does her best. But she, like by the end of the day, though, when we've been standing and kidding for 8 hours, it's sometimes 8 hours. We start at like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and sometimes we finish at 4 o'clock. And she's done, and she's like, "I need to go home. My feet hurt." And I'm like, "Thanks, Mom." So you guys, my mom is like 72. She just turned 72, and she is a blessing to me as well. And she comes and helps me every about once a week. She's in here helping me. So that's like once a week we're kitting up stuff. All right, so there I'm just trimming my ribbon tails, you guys, like that. And what else? We need to put some embellishments on this card, and that is where the black embellishments come in here. So you're going to have 3 embellishments in your kit, 2 large and a small, or vice versa. Yeah, so Mary said she won't blame my mom for anything. And you know what? Yeah, so I appreciate that. You guys, if you get these gems and you notice that they're not as black as, like you can see these 2 are a little bit lighter than those, you can fix that by getting a Sharpie. If you have, I have a green one here, but if you get a black Sharpie, you could, or if you have your black, I wouldn't use my blends because you don't want to wreck your marker tip. But if you have a black Sharpie, you could definitely color over it and make them blacker. Because I noticed that on those 2 and a couple others, they are a little bit lighter than the others. And so what you're going to do is put your embellishments on the front of your card. Team Blue is loving this card, Cindy, yay. All right. So there we have, With Gratitude, a very easy card that you just need to stamp a sentiment on and then assemble. So very, very cool. Oh, my mom is the best. She is. You guys, I'm very, very lucky, blessed, all of the above with the mom that I have, and my mom and my dad. They are amazing. So there you go, you guys. 1 done. Yay. All right. So I'll set that here for another second in case anybody's still working on it. I will tell you guys, too, if you're newer to me and you're wondering how a lot of people operate with class with me, I often hear that people watch me during the live and they put together a different class, or they're working on something else, and then they watch how to put the cards together, and then when they actually go to work on their cards, they know exactly what to do. So that's just a little hint. They try not to keep up with me unless you've done your stamping ahead, or if you've done work ahead. That's sometimes hard to keep up with what I'm doing. Oh, thank you so much, Margarita. All right, so this is the one we're going to work on next. This is Lost Lagoon mixed with some Moody Mauve. Hi, Pat Detlefson, but liking the cards. Great. And then what we're going to do is a little bit of sponging on there with a little dauber, so we need that. The ink color on this one is Pebbled Path again. You guys, we went a little bit crazy with the exposed brick embossing folder for this class. All 3... I should say 3 of the 4 cards use it. So in here, you guys, this will be your white piece for the top. Here's the other pot, right? So on one side is the Pebbled Path, and the other side is the Moody Mauve. So that's the same paper got used for the first card and this card. You guys will have a strip of white and a strip of Lost Lagoon. We are going to trim our ends after we stamp them. This is one of these foliages in gray granite. Now this is the same die set as, so this guy right here is the Nested Essential dies. So the last card that we just did is the next size bigger of that. It looks like that. I love those dies, happy with them. After they were die cut, then they were embossed with the painted texture. Oh yeah, my dad helps too, you guys. He sure does. 1 year, he cut all the embellishments apart for 60 goodie bags. Oh yeah, he was cutting embellishments for 3 hours, and then I think he was good. And he hasn't helped me much after that. I think I overused him. So, all right. So my mom gave me so my mom also cuts all the ribbon, and she cut, this one was what was left at the end, and she's like, "Can you work with this?" I'm like, "Yep, I can work with it." I wasn't give anybody the ribbon, but I thought I will show you how I'm going to use my ribbon, which is too short to make this card. Then we've got that, and then on this one we've got a Moody Mauve, which is where your embossed piece is going to go on to, And then you've got a white piece. Oh, I also have this ribbon in there, I see. We'll save that because this is the size ribbon that you guys would have had, which is enough to tuck your tails underneath. And then we've got the white inside and then Lost Lagoon for the card base. All right, so we're gonna burnish that with our bone folder. And let's do a little stamping. Now, I did stamp, oh, where's my inside? Right there. Okay, we're gonna do the pot in there and then that like wiry one. So let's grab that. And then in this one, we made the pot, pebbled path, and then we used Lost Lagoon ink. You guys are gonna want a Post-it note for this one because it involves a little bit of masking. And I'll show you what that's all about in a hot second here. And let's put these guys there. So on this one, we need a little scrap paper, just in case we go over the edge. And we're gonna do our pot and pebbled path. And that is the shorter pot. So ink that up. You're gonna put that down near the bottom corner. I always love to decorate the inside. Hi Becky Schlossnagel. I like to decorate the inside of the card to match the outside if possible. So there's that. The Post-it note now is what you need here because if you go to ink this up and you stamp it, you're gonna get that stem. So you need to take a Post-it note or something and cover up the pot, and you're gonna grab Lost Lagoon. And when you go to ink this up, you do not need to ink up the whole stamp. I would ink up just past where it comes to meet the stem. And just know you're right at the top of the pot there. And you don't have to worry about the ink here because there is no ink right there. And we're going to put this right in our pot, just like that. And then when you take the Post-it note off, now you've got that growing out of the pot and not growing on the outside of the pot. All right, so that we're going to be using this Post-it note a couple times to do that for a couple of the cards. All right, so save that Post-it note that you're going to use for the next one. And then we're going to stamp the thank you. We're going to practice though again. So let's put the thank you on the edge of my scrap paper and see how it works. And then we're going to go for it over here and see how good we do. Okay, that could work. I'm going to flip it over and try one more time. My T was lower than my U. So I'm going to bring up the T a hair and see if that makes a difference. And it did. So I'm good with that. So what I do sometimes, you guys, is I don't want to accidentally put the wrong side. So the one that I don't like, I will cross off so that I know that I put the glue on the right side. All right, I should say the correct side. Oops. Let's get you there. Okay, so we're done. You guys, that's it for stamping on the card. We do need to pull back the Lost Lagoon ink, and I think actually we're going to use, yeah, let's use Lost Lagoon. So I have a dauber here. I've been using it with Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon. They're very similar colors. What we need to do is sponge some ink on this foliage piece here, and that helps to highlight the tips of it. And Lost Lagoon is dark enough. If you don't have Lost Lagoon, any kind of a bluey color, bluey green color would be perfectly fine. So I do want to give a shout out. These cards were also designed by Carissa. She helped me with these cards. So I didn't call out her name, but she's a very awesome designer. And a lot of these cards were inspired via her. And she did a fabulous job helping me with them. So that's what we're doing. This was her idea to sponge those tips. Hi, Angelique, super late. No problem, though. Better late than never. So that's what I've got here. If you want to bring it in a little bit further, you can always just shade in a little bit more. If you don't like that shading look, you guys don't do it, right? It's always, I always say it's your card. You'll never upset me if you change the cards up to make them your own. It's actually highly encouraged so that you're happy with them. Okay, so I think we're at a point where we're ready to assemble, and we have to remember that the ribbon is underneath the white here. So I'm going to wait to actually glue that down. I think first off, what we're going to do is get the dimensionals on the back of our pot here, and we're going to attach the foliage piece here to it with that dimensional. Okay, And then I'm gonna cut off the bottom part here because we don't need all that, so that's garbage. And then we're also going to pop up this one like that, so that's going to be popped up. And I think that I used like a half of a dimension. So if you have a mini dimensional, that's perfectly fine. Otherwise, you could use these half pieces and put them kind of closer to the tips. And we're going to grab one more right there, put that up there. The other thing that was super cool to do with this, you could take and bend these to give it a little bit of texture, like that. So I'm bending all of them right on their creases. And it gives it more depth, okay? All right, so now we're gonna take these off. And then this is gonna go straight onto the pebbled path. Where did it go? Okay, can you guys see it? Underneath here. There it is. Okay, that's what I was looking for. All right, so then this is going to go onto our nested essential shape. I called it a shape, I think, in the PDF tutorial. So I have the shape. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of glue through the middle of the white sentiment. So I believe like this is through 5/8 and then this is 3/4. So you just see a little bit of Lost Lagoon. So you're just gonna center that so you see the same amount on both sides. And then you're gonna grab your scissors. And now, oops, it's wiggly. If you want it flush, like a square, kind of like it is, just leave it or trim your ends slightly. I liked the bannered look on this one. So what we're gonna do is just take the scissors, and while these are glued together, just trim it like that and trim it like that. Perfect. One more little, I want more of an angle, smidge, there. Okay, so we're just trimming off the ends. If you want to banner them, you could banner them, whatever you want to do. And then this is going to get popped up onto here, but you don't want to pop up in the middle and here. So we're only going to glue flat in the middle and pop up on the side here. So what you can do is prep the side here with a sticky dimensional, and then right there. And if you want, you could add a little glue in the middle because that's going to be flat. And then this will go right through the front here. Something like that. Okay, so now that we have that done, what we can do is put it onto here. How I like to do this, because I don't know exactly, so like you could guess and put your ribbon on and guess where it needs to go, but I was really wanting the ribbon to come out through here, right? So what I do when I don't know where my ribbon needs to end up is I prep the back of this. This is my trick, you guys. I prep the back of this with the dimensionals that I need, right? So they're on, but I do not peel off the one at the bottom or the one where the ribbon needs to go. So what's going to happen is I'm going to put this onto my card front, like, well, it's not really my card front, it's just the mat at the moment. I'm going to get that exactly where it needs to go. Perfect, right? Now I know exactly where my ribbon needs to go. Okay, so we're going to make our tear and tape sandwich with our ribbon. So 2 waiting in the wings, and we're going to put 2 on the back, because now I know it needs to go like right here. If I sometimes I'm like, well, I don't want to guess. You guys, I hate guessing where to put ribbon. So what I'll do now, take this off. And what happened here, you guys, is you guys will have this ribbon, right? So you guys are going to be able to go just like this. See, I didn't pull that dimensional off for a reason. Now I can take and shimmy this underneath here where it needs to go. You're going to flip your tails down and life will be good. And I could do that, but I showed you and I told you that I have a shorter piece of ribbon and I'm gonna make it happen. So my mom gave me that shorty doo-wop, and so we're going to actually show you how I would do that. So I would prep that. I cut the ribbon in half, and now I can still use this little schnibble in here, and this gets put back there, and then that little guy goes there. And now I know exactly where this one needs to go because I've got my label right where I want it. And no one will ever know that that is not one continuous piece of ribbon, right? Perfect. But now I need more tear and tape. So we're going to cover up that one. We're going to cover up that one. And I am going to cover up these guys underneath here because I did pop up my pebbled path piece. And so I don't want it to stick to that. All right, so I'm not going to rip those off or peel them off. You guys got, and now when we're all said and done, you have the ability just to peel this or pull it back, take off the dimensional back, and flip it down, and that is how you get your ribbon exactly where you want it. All right, I hope that made sense for you guys, and I hope that if you've never seen me do that before, you can see how that's what I do when I am making cards and I don't know where ribbon needs to go. I put the top down first, and I don't pull off the dimensional backs or take whatever glue part needs to come off. So now we can put this right onto our Moody Mauve piece, just like that, and bring it home with these two pieces getting glued onto the card and in the card. So thank you so much, Janie B, for helping with the ribbon. I did see your comment, but I already knew I was gonna show you a trick about that ribbon assembly. So that goes in the middle, and now this goes right onto the card front. It brings the Lost Lagoon, Moody Mauve, and Pebbled Path all together with how cohesive that is. Then, you guys, these are these in color dots. They just got back in stock not too long ago. They were out of stock for the longest time, and look at me here. I have 3 left. So these come with the 5 different in colors, and there's 3 different sizes. So you guys, it was really easy to cut these embellishments for your kit. So you got a small, a medium, and a large, and you're gonna just put each of them on your card to bedazzle it up. And you guys know what's in your future. These will be used on a card, all the yellows someday, and then all the gray. So then that is what's in your future. A card with some wild wheat and a card with some pebbled path. All right, so we didn't Stella anything. So what we could do is go over the top of our pebbled path. We could also do our pot here. I'd stay away from the sponging that we did because that will make it look weird potentially with making it bleed. So we're just gonna do that. You guys could Stella your ribbon a little bit. That works too. So perfect. Now, I could have definitely used the length here, and that makes it so much easier, but you guys, I wanted to show you how you can, if you only have one little schnibble in a ribbon left and you need to use it, that is how you use it. So, all right. So we'll leave this here. Hopefully you guys like that card. I'm gonna take a drink of water and we'll get the next card ready to go. All right, so the next one is Pretty Peacock here. Let's grab that one. And we will grab the card kit. This is what we got. So we got kind of the same thing. Hi, Sherry Stewart. Hi, Elaine Rebeck. Thank you so much. We got kind of the same thing going on with our shading here and with our pot situation back there, okay? So this one, we're gonna be using the Lost Lagoon again, but we're gonna be pulling in copper clay this time. And so let's grab copper clay and bring that out. And then we also need our bigger pot here. And we can put this away. Okay, got it. So let's move this one out now, and we'll bring this one in so you guys can see how we're gonna do this one. Oh, thank you so much, Janie B. I'm glad you guys like that card. All right, so this one, you have a little strip here. This is from your Stylish Shapes. Okay, so that's a banner die cut for you already. This one's embossed with, okay, Time Worn Type. We did switch it up. This is the card that we did. Oh, thank you, Kathy Jackson. I'm so happy that I can help you guys want to make cards. I love it. That the Mojo Doctor. She's a Mojo Doctor. I love it. So, Time Worn Type. Here's your Lost Lagoon foliage that we will be sponging. You have this foliage thing too. Looks like grass, kind of. You have the feather pot, which is that was the feathery one to me. And then these varied, right? So some of the cards will show more tan, some will have more brown. This one was a little tan on the bottom. So these pots will vary, right? So that paper, it starts off dark brown and it works its way to light. So half the page is kind of, it works its way that way. And then, so it's dark on the ends and it works its way to light in the middle. So we had to be strategic at how the pots got all cut. You have a piece of vanilla, and we're going to be using a block with some ink on it to splatter that in a moment. This is the piece of designer paper, which is 2 inches for the side. Excuse me. You have a piece of wavy trim, which is part of this suite. Okay, so this is called wavy trim. You are going to need to cut it in half. So you could go ahead and cut it in half already. And then our vanilla for the inside and pretty peacock for the outside for our card base. Yes, do I happen to have a piece of wild wheat? I'm pretty sure I do. One moment. Let me get my pile here. I'll be honest with you guys. I have not gotten to the whole organization of my paper. And a cat stepped right there. So this is wild wheat right here. So, Becky, you were just asking to see wild wheat. It would be a nice, pretty fall color. And like, here's pecan pie. So, wild wheat, we just used wild wheat as well in a card. So, this is wild wheat in action. So, Stampin' Up! Pulled in wild wheat with the real red. So, wild wheat is what we used for this. It's like a off mustardy color, kind of. So, there's that. Oh, here comes Bigger Tigger. We also used wild wheat in this other one here. You guys, here's Tigger's making a cameo in case you want to see. There's Bigger Tigger. This is also wild wheat right here. This background color is wild wheat. Okay, hopefully that helps, yeah? Okay, so we have a little bit of stamping here, not much. So when we did these cards, we tried to use all 4 of the sentiments. So, and then there's "You are proof there's good in the world." We didn't use that one, but we used those other 4 on the cards. And this one's going to be in peacock. So let's grab that from the bottom here. And we also, what's the inside have? The copper. Let's do copper first, and then we'll pull in the the peacock. So we need these 2. And now I did not stamp the pot all, it was just too much to stamp this whole thing here. So I do have it slightly off the edge of the paper. I don't think that is a problem, but if you want to put the whole thing on, you guys are always welcome to. Hi, Carmen Sanders. Long time no talk. All right, so this guy's gonna go kind of off the paper. So he's working his way onto the paper. So we're gonna go something like that. All right, so can you see a difference between these 2? This is wet, that is dry. I will bet you any money that this is going to lighten up, because I don't think I did it at second strength, but we can try it on this side at second and see how different it is. So you can see that's lighter than that one. So I think that this ink pad is brand new. My other one was brand new, but I think that dries lighter. We've been finding that when you use these newer ink pads, they have a tendency to stamp dark and dry lighter. So, all right, we are going to need that Post-it note again. We are not using peacock. We are using Lost Lagoon, it looks like on the inside. You need to put your Post-it note down here and grab Lost Lagoon. And then this other one that we're using is this foliage piece, this guy right here. And again, you don't have to ink up this whole bottom part, just like that. And you're going to stamp these guys, and some of them will go off the edge of the paper. That's okay. You're very welcome, Becky. A lot of people aren't so sure about wild wheat. I will tell you the general consensus was that it looked like calf poop and baby poop. So I get it. I completely get it. In its right element, it looks great in fall color. So there's our masking in order. So it's with the right accessories and the colors. So the way that Stampin' Up! Made their designer series paper, it coordinates very nicely. All right, so that's for that one. We're gonna need that Post-it note one more time. We've got another piece of our label. Where's our label? Oh, right there. So this is the one where you guys are, if you're not a fan of red rubber on little labels like this, I would practice it, and then I would practice again. And if you're still not happy with it, grab a photopolymer stamp so that you can see exactly where, oh my gosh, that one actually stamped straight. We had our first bigger person injury due to little Lance last night, but Lance isn't limping today, but does not want to play with the big guy today. Oh, sad. Oh man, that's gonna happen here too. Hopefully, well, hopefully not. I mean, animals, like they're not always gonna be perfect forever, right? They're gonna have injuries and okay, I'm second guessing. How am I gonna do this? I'm gonna flip it over and do the back side. So there's a rough side to it. That's gonna be my back side, but I hope that Lance gets better and better. Let's see if this is good. Okay, it's down too low. So I'm gonna do it again. We're gonna flip it up. We're gonna try one more time here. Ooh, okay. Okay. It's a little bit lower than I would want it to be, but it's straight as straight can be. So I'm gonna go with it. What's nice about having dies at home and when you do die cutting, you could stamp it and then die cut it, right? So that you get it exactly where it needs to go. The other option, you guys, would be to use a photopolymer stamp, which would help you to see right through it so you know exactly where to stamp. So we're okay though. It's straight. I like straight when I'm stamping. So we're gonna grab a piece of paper and we're going to put this upside down here. You can see I've been using this piece a lot. We're gonna be doing our splattering. So we used this block in class on Monday night and there's still ink on it. So I do not wanna waste it. Yes, I could have wiped it off and started fresh, but then it's like waste not, want not, right? So all I need to do is rehydrate this slightly by putting a little drop of water right on the block. And then what I'm gonna do is swirl my Stella pen in the ink. And actually, I'm going to use an older Stella pen. That is over here. By adding that little drop of water to it, then if your Stella pen is dried out, it still will work just fine. And what we're going to do is grab a bone folder. And this is super cool. The splattering, if you guys have open space and you don't like it so open and you want to add a little color to the background, just splatter. You could use the aqua painter for it too. But when you use a Stella pen, it actually puts Stella into the splatter. A lot or a little, right? If this is getting to be too much, stop. But some of it gets covered up. But this is ultimately, it adds a splattery background to your background, to your piece of paper. Oh, there's a pearl right there. Look at that. All right. But what you have to do is wipe out your Stella pen. Otherwise, that color will go to the next thing. Instead of wiping it out on my paper, what I'm going to do is wipe it out on my peacock foliage thing here so that the ink, because it doesn't matter then that it goes onto there. So now this is Stella. It's a little bit glittery. It's wet because there's rubbing alcohol in this one. This one too, if there's not any, a lot of green, what we can do is Stella this first. We'll Stella this first, and then what we're gonna do is we're going to let it dry, and then we're going to put the sponge dauber over it. So the reason it's looking wet like that is because I have rubbing alcohol in here, and you can see here that glitteriness, that's what Stella does. So we're gonna let that sit for a moment, and we'll come back to it, and what we'll do is start working on the rest of our card. So we're done with this paper then. All right. So what can we do? We can glue this and we can glue this down. So let's get these ready. That'll be for our inside. And then this is for our top. It looks like football to me, like the lacing of a football. All right, so then this is about, I don't know, like 3/16 of an inch away. There is, I always look for the words here, we know what. And then it says hello or something right there. So that to me tells me what way to put the paper after you have it embossed. And Susan Ray Hendricks says, I'm not convinced. All right, so there's that. It's a little bit longer. When you do emboss cardstock, it does shrink it sometimes. You guys, it's always better to have it a hair long than a hair too short, because then you can always trim it just like I did. And now we've got this piece for our inside here, like this. All right, so that's ready. Then we're gonna grab the dimensionals and prep those to the back of that pot. And then we have this pot, same concept. We are going to put one at the top, one at the middle, and one at the bottom. And we're going to set our grass in here, like that. Okay. We also need to sponge this. So let's go back to Lost Lagoon, and we'll use Lagoon or Peacock, whichever you want would work. It's dried enough now, and we're just going to lightly sponge the edges of this with the dauber. It's so cool. And then we're also going to bend at the middle like we did the last one to give it that depth. Perfect. So by Stella ink first, it allowed us to see the Stella, and then our sponge will go over that. Okay, that's good for ink now. Then these will get folded. I don't know, you don't have to fold them, but I like what it does when you fold it. It's like paper art, right? So now we're giving it depth by having that like that. And we don't need it as long as it is, so we could go ahead and trim that little tail off. And then that will go in to this pot right here. Okay, so that's ready to go. I almost forgot about this wavy trim, but I didn't. We need to grab our tear and tape, waiting in the wings too. And this will go along the side here and along the side. You've already cut it in half, or maybe you need to do that yet, but the wavy trim was about 3.5 to 4 inches. And all you need to do is wrap the ends around like that. So like 3 of them fit nicely there. And then this other one, what I did is I kind of nestled the Humpty Humps into the down humps. So like that. Okay, so we're decorating our pot with the ribbon. And then what I would definitely do is go back over the top of that to hold them so they don't come apart later in life. All right, and then that one where there's a lot of paper there, what I would do is put a glue dot right back over the middle of that to help make it sticky again. Okay, and then let's see here. So these are pretty much ready to go. What we need to do is this one needs to get glue, and then this one needs some dimensionals. So this one is popped up. And you can pick those all off and have them ready. And that one gets our liquid glue. That will go right on the top of the card base. So peacock and crumb cake, another great color combination. So that goes there. Figure out where you want your splots. I would think I'm gonna go like, we'll go like that. And I got it like centered top to bottom, and then maybe a good 1/4 inch from the right crumb cake margin, like that. And then you could do the same thing on this one where that foliage is right there. You could put another glue dot right over the help it. And then this one, I've got like the top of the foliage kind of at the top, and it's hanging off the left edge here. So what you could do is just gently set that there, and then this one's ready to go, and it's kind of tucked behind here. Not quite at the bottom, but close, like that. Then the one thing I did forget is to put dimensional back here in the middle, and then also along the edges. So on my dimensionals here, my big ones, I can take and just trim these like that. And we're gonna put a couple of them, or a few of them, back there. You don't lose the foldy thing that we did. I should have had them down before, but it's okay. And then this comes off. And now just find the spot where you want that to sit. Perfect. All right, now our label. That's just gonna go right across our two pots. And honestly, glue dots work or liquid glue, but I'm gonna just run a little line of glue here and a little line of glue there. And that should be enough for it to stick. And they're kind of like centered, just like that. Okay. Gotta get that heat to glue, or the glue to get heated up so that it sticks. I'm seeing something's going on behind here. It's like I got a saggy middle right there. Let's see, we'll get it right back there. Yes, I do too, Cindy. I love this. I love this card. It's pretty cool. The earth is very earthy, right? It's Earthen Elegance. The cream, so we got on our A game with the vanilla, right? So it's the vanilla cream color, and the browns with the peacock. So cool. All right, and we did get our Stella in. If you want to Stella anything more, you could always Stella these pots here. Definitely add a little bit of glitz to them. That works. And the other thing you could also do is this designer paper here. Perfect. Okay, there it is. We've got our our third card done already. Oh, we need embellishments. One moment, please. So these are the ones that we used for this one, are the brown ones. And I've got a big one, and I'll put a big one up here, and then a small one. I've learned with these sparkle gems, you really have to push them into your card base. They will fall off unless you push them in a lot. You got to push them in a lot. I find them all over. Under my shoe, they fall off the card. So you definitely want to give that one these extra love so they don't fall off. All right. There's that one. All right, you guys, we got 3 done. We're on to number 4 now. Okay, so let's get that in here. And then I think that this is my favorite for last. There's just something about this one that I absolutely love. It's the copper with espresso. Oh, another great card. Good. I'm glad you guys like this one. Yay. You guys are loving it. Yay. Oh, and this is Gwen's favorite so far. I love it. Okay. So I'm going to move this one out for the moment, and we're going to bring in the next one. Now we get a little bit of carryover on the pot here, where we're going to do that wavy trim again. And let's grab the kit. Awesome. So we've got copper clay. Now don't confuse it with pecan. They're both new colors. The pecan is a little more brown, and the copper is a little more reddy, if that is a word. And we're using copper clay and pecan again. And then we need to clean our pot though, because we had that with Pebbled Path. Thanks, Nedra. Thanks, Lynn. She loves it. Thanks, Patty. Yeah, you guys, you guys in general love the Earthen Elegance. I think a lot of people were waiting for this class. So rich looking. That is so true. Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Angelique. All right, we're going to also need this one here. Vicki knew that she would love these. Yes, Vicki, you've been signed up for this class for a very long time as well. All right, we're just, we're going to do cleanup on aisle 9 here really quick. Get this gone, get this one ready. And this one we use the other one. Your thoughtfulness is much appreciated. All right, let's get that cleaned, and then this. So it feels weird. I don't have my other in-person class for a week and a half, basically. So it was really odd, you guys. This class is normally later in the month, but because I'm going to Backstage in Las Vegas, which is the leadership event for it's like for leaders to go and get rejuvenated and learn and train and meet up with their friends, right? That their Stampin' friends. So that's in Vegas the end of this month. And so the schedule got a little bit wonky with this class. It's normally like the third week of the month, and it ended up being in the first week of the month, kind of, because the 7th was on Monday. And that's when we had the in-person one. Okay, back to the exposed brick, you guys. You can tell we loved it. It was perfect for this class. You will have a scrap like this. This is for you to stamp your foliage. So we'll do that in a moment. You have a little strip here for your sentiment. We'll stamp that. Is this bundle of cards for sale? Yes, Janie, it sure is. I have 10 spots left for this class, right? You would get all 4 card kits with everything you've seen here. So all these bits and pieces, all the embellishments that you need to put on your card. You get the ribbon included, just like it's like this. Again, you guys will want to take this one and cut it. So you'll get everything to make the cards. The only thing that you need, I shouldn't say the only thing because they're like the main thing. You need some stamps. You need sentiments and that foliage thing, whatever you want to put on your inside. And you need adhesive to glue your stuff together. So you have 2 pots for this one. I call this one like molten liquid milk, or like frosting flowing over the pot. Yes, Gwen is going to have many favorites. When you said that the last one was your favorite, I'm like, I think that you guys will like this one a lot too. Yes, Janice fell in love with this set too as soon as it came out. This is the luster paper, you guys. You can see it has lusterness to it, the shimmerness. So that is in copper clay. So it comes in all the 5 new ink colors. And then the designer series paper is a 2-inch strip, and it's got a mat of espresso that goes behind it. You have your vanilla for the inside, and then your copper clay card base, which you can take and burnish. And so Janie, you're asking about this one. You can definitely either get this class with the 4 card kits for free with a minimum $45 order using my current host code, or the class is $18 with $6 for shipping. So it costs $6 to mail out packages. So if you place the $45 order, then it looks like a honey pot. Yes, Janice, I definitely agree. If you take the class, order the product from Stampin' Up, any product that you want, then you get the class for free, and you don't pay shipping then either. So, okay, so what do we have here? Let's get a little glue happy. We can do some gluing. So we're gonna glue this, and we can glue this. Let's do these 2 pieces and get them put together. The luster doesn't really have a front and a back to it. This one then is gonna go onto this piece here. Elaine said, take lots of money. Where are we taking lots of money, Elaine? I missed it. Take lots of money. I know, well, for stamping, yes. Yep, if you want to buy stamps. All right, so that's going to go there. And then with this one, it's going to go about 1/4 of an inch from the left side and then centered top to bottom, just like this or so. Okay. Perfect. And then this is going to go onto here. Now you got to be careful. That luster paper, it's not going to want to adhere right away. To Vegas! Hi, get it, Cindy. Thank you for that. I needed help. Oh, I was past Vegas already. You guys already was on to the next thing. That's so funny. But yes, Elaine, taking money to Vegas. Actually, you know what? We're going to spend all our time talking stamping and doing stamping stuff. So, Sherry Stewart, yes, I do. I had, going into this class, I have about 10 of this class left. And I might, depends if Janie wants one, if anybody else wanted one, I still have plenty. So if you're watching this video a week from now or 2 weeks from now, and you're uncertain, you can always check my past, this class will move to my past classes at the end of my schedule. If you're curious, it'll move there after I'm done with my next in-person class. So this is going to go here, and we're going to pop that up with dimensional. This is a great time to use the black dimensionals. So there's white dimensionals. They also make the black ones. And so these are great when you have a darker card base or card stock that you're using. It will hide them, that you don't see the white coming out the edges. The black is very discreet then. It's like when you're wearing a black shirt, right? You could wear a black bra, then you don't necessarily know it's there. So helps you with that. All right, so we're gonna make sure this is flush at the top. So kind of like lined up right about there. So it's nice and straight, and then we're gonna bring this down and drop it. And I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna start from the bottom because I don't wanna cut off the bottom. I wanna cut off the top if I'm gonna cut any off. So we're gonna put this flush on the bottom here. Make sure we're straight going up like that. Yes, Linda Hall, I sure can absolutely get you signed up for this class. So, all my little scraps of paper here. So Linda Hall, we will make sure you get the earthen. Oh, and Sue Spigner wants this one too. I love it. Okay. And then gambling in Vegas. Yeah, you know what? I don't gamble, you guys. I don't gamble. Tyler will gamble every now and then, but honestly, I don't. When we went on our cruise, I did the nickel slots. I had a $2 voucher from the cruise ship, and I didn't. My brother used it actually. Like, I get more entertainment and excitement out of stamping. So I'll be honest with you. So all I did was cut this flush at the top like this. Perfect. So, oh, Sherry Stewart, I need to add you here. Yes, send me a message. That's awesome. But I do take these little notes and I follow up on them as well. So, and then Janie, if you also want this class, just send me a message. I know that everybody that's saying yes, they'd like this class, there's still room for you to get this class. Let's look at this really quick. We're gonna do some stamping. We're gonna do our pot in copper clay, and then we're going to change over to Pretty Peacock. Hang on, there's a fuzz there. We're gonna do copper clay for this one, and we'll put that right down here in the corner. Good. All right. I think that's it for the copper clay. We also need to pull back our Post-it note, right? Put that right at our pot right there. And then this one, oh, we use that really wiry one. So let's grab that back. You're so funny. Elaine says to bring lots of money. I will probably, if we have the opportunity to go shopping. So my cousin Ann lives out in Vegas. She's lived there for 20 years. And so I do have plans to stay longer. So the conference is done on Saturday, and Ann is going to pick me up on Sunday from the hotel, and I'm staying with her until Tuesday. So I get some cousin time, and she's my third cousin, best friends growing up. She lived in Chisholm, Minnesota, and then she ended up out in Vegas. And yeah, so I get to see her maybe once a year or once every couple of years. And so I'm planning to spend some time with her while I'm out there. Now we have our last little sentiment, you guys. So this one, another one that's red rubber. I would highly recommend practicing with it before you actually go to your sentiment strip. So let's see. I think I had the most success with this one. I helped Cindy in class the other night. Yeah, so let's just see. Is this pecan? Yes. Okay, so we're gonna go for it. The copper and espresso. I know. I love the copper and espresso. All right, let's see how we did. Too high. All right, we're gonna bring this down a hair. Oh man, the pressure is on. Oh, look at that, you guys. Oh, practice, right? Oh, that one made me nervous a little bit. Okay, so that's done. That's done. We have one more thing to stamp, and it's the pecan. This guy right there. So you're probably thinking I didn't give you enough piece of paper for the stamp, right? I'm thinking that you thought that. And that's okay, you can think that. But I want you to know that I did give you enough, because yes, the stamp does not fit on the piece of paper I gave you guys. I get it. But really all you need is the top part of it. So I did strategically think, oh, do I need to give you a piece of paper this big when you're not going to be doing anything with that? I said, nope, you don't need that much paper, right? This is Pete teaching you paper conservationists. So you're going to ink up the part that you need, and you could go a little bit further down, but there's what I need. That's going to go right on here. Okay, that's really all you need. And it's okay that the die is bigger than it as well. So we're just going to worry about this top part. Don't worry about the bottom part. Now, if you don't have the stamp set, something else could go back in there, right? Figure out if you have a different foliage stamp or any other die cutting thing that you can die cut and use. But I definitely used the pecan pie here. And we are going to need to grab the little machine to cut that. So let me, oh, that fell nicely. Okay, we're gonna glue this in just because I wanna get rid of some paper on the desk area here. So this will go on the inside. So it says your thoughtfulness is much appreciated. You could always stamp thank you on the inside. So there's, that's done. We're gonna put our Post-it note over there. And all right, we're gonna grab the mini boss, the mini boho blue boss, and grab these plates, stick that in there. The tape really helps to hold it. I mean, you've spent the time stamping it. You don't want it to wiggle around. And actually, I'm gonna make sure it didn't move on me. All right, so let's run this through. Perfect. Okay, so we got that done. Put the boss away. And let's see what we did for our die cutting. One little stamp that you guys had for a focal image on this. That was it. All right. Then let's work on this stuff over here. We could definitely bring our Stella pen back into play here in Stella, Ella, our foliage. Just like so. You could also do the pot. Again, I would not do anything that you stamp like that because it might make it bleed. Honey pot. It looks just like a honey pot. I love it. All right. We can grab, we'll use these guys. So we're going to put a dimensional at the top, middle, and bottom of that one. And then at the top and middle of that. Oh, I was going to do the tear and tape again, and I forgot. So that's okay. This one has this foliage coming out the top like this. And because we took away some of the stick there, I like to add back a little stick with a glue dot. Put it right there. Perfect. And then add a little dimensional up at the top there. This one is going to get the grass looking. Now, everybody's pots are going to look slightly different, right? Because this paper, it goes like this across the whole page. So Tammy had to take each section and cut a pot. She cut strips and then cut the pots out from there. So everybody's pots are going to look slightly different, but in the end, all the cards are going to still look all the same. All right, so I've got that prepped and ready to go. Penny, getting rid of that little strip for you. Okay, where are we at? I think we're ready to do our ribbon. So we've already cut that in half. All we gotta do is grab a couple pieces here for our waiting for later in the wings. So up and down the side of the pot here. And pick those off. And this is really cool. This wavy trim on this peacock pot is so pretty. It shows off very nicely. And then the Humpty Humps kind of like nestle in like that. That's how I have them. All right. You can't see my email address. Can you see it now? It's right here. chrismbertram@msn.com. Hopefully you can see it now. Sometimes it gets covered up because I get crazy with working on stuff, but generally I try to keep this stuff not covered up. I think what we'll do is take these off. No, we're gonna leave them. All right, so then this pot, ready to go. Oh, that can come off. This pot will go closer to the left side, like something like that. And then this one kind of overlaps it slightly. It's a little higher. And then that, something like that. All right, and then this will get glue right across. Now, if you want to banner your ends, you can. You could slant them. What I'll do, I think I'm gonna, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna leave them, and I want them to be just a hair job, like a little trim hair cut on each side here. There, and it's about the length of the early espresso. All right, and then just a little bit of liquid glue. Penny Pal, I think of you every time I rip off. It's so funny. Every time I rip the mini glue dot paper, I think of you. It could be upstairs, it could be here. Anytime I'm making cards and I have to rip that off, I think Penny Powell will be proud of me. All right, I'm gonna make that a little higher so we see our milk dripping out here. It looks like sweetened condensed milk to me. That's what I feel like it is. All right, so then this is gonna go right about there. Perfect. Okay, so we got that done. And then this card utilizes the clear, kind of clearish white embellishments that are in the set. So these sparkle gems, you guys, if you ask me what my favorite embellishment, new embellishment in the annual catalog is, it's this set right here. And you'll either have too big and a small or too small and a big. And so I usually put the small and the big ones together, and then I put the oddball one by itself. So we got that guy right there. Yes, such a rich looking card. I definitely agree. That's why I think this one's my favorite. And then this one, we've got it kind of right about there. And again, press those gems down really good so that they are down flat. All right, you guys, we're doing good. We got the 4th card made for class. So you guys can see how that one came together. Very nice. I already stellaed that. We stellaed the pots a little bit. I'll leave that here for a second. Donna really likes these cards. Great. I'm so happy to hear that. Penny Powell. Laughing is what it's all about, right? You guys make me laugh and I make you laugh. And then it's a win-win. All right, so we got that card. We are going to clean this stamp so it's out of the way. I'm going to bring in all the cards, you guys, and you can tell me which one is your favorite, just like I think you know which one my favorite is. So I think that might be clean already, but it doesn't hurt to clean it twice. All right, that's clean. Clean, clean. Oh, that one's not clean. So 1 second, you guys. I like to get these clean and out of the way so that I don't accidentally put my cards into them. Don't you hate it when you spill ink or get ink on your card and you're all done with it and then you gotta fix it? Okay, so that's done, that's done. Pull this out. Here we got all my notes and here are the cards, you guys. These are the 4 beautiful earthen cards that we made just now. All vertical, look at that. They're gonna span across the whole screen here. So you can tell me which one. We did that one first. This is the order that we made them. So if you guys joined in at any point and you saw later ones but not the first ones, once we're done with the video, you can always go back and catch the replay of them. Definitely, I loved the ribbon like that on that one, and I got to show you a little tip on this one, which was super cool. Got to wrap it around the pots on that one. It's awesome. Very, very cool. All right, I'm gonna grab my book while you guys tell me what your favorite one is. They're all so beautiful. You can't pick. Cindy likes the last one the best. Okay, so you're on, you know what, they're all so pretty too. I don't think I could choose one over the other. They're all so pretty. All right, so you guys take a moment and give me your thoughts on what you like. I'm gonna write numbers next to everybody's name so that we can do the drawing for the door prize. So you guys, whenever you place an order to get the class for free, I do a drawing to give away a door prize. And that door prize is usually something that I overbought, like from a previous catalog that I have extra of. So I like to, instead of selling all my stuff at a used stamp sale, what I do is I use my over purchases as prizes. So 17, we're up to 17 already. This one's gonna be a really high class. 19 already, 20, 21, wow, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 people, wow. All right, so what I'm gonna do is drop my camera down and show you guys. We'll do the random number generator together. So number 4 is Linda's favorite. Darrell loves them all, but you like the last. The last, yes, you guys, you were generally, guys, on the same wavelength as me for those that picked that one. So, all right. So if you guys are wondering how I keep track of things, if you're new to me, I need to get your name in the book. When I get your name in the book, that's when you get card classes from me. So, and that's important to get registered for a class. So I'm going to do random number generator. Linda Scott, you're number 25, so you're the last one. So we're going to put number 25 in. And when I click generate, it's going to show me a number. So it's not 10 is not the winner. So when I pick generate or click generate, a new number is going to pop up probably. And hit generate. 19. 19 is Kathy Dolly Nagari. Yay, Kathy. Congratulations. You are the lucky door prize winner. And so Kathy is usually an in-person, but she couldn't do this class in person with me. So the next time she pops over to get her order, which she has an order hanging there, I will put a prize in there for you, Kathy. Yay, awesome sauce. All right, then you guys, I promised yesterday that I would do 2 sets of card classes that I did back in the month of, we are now officially into May. So when you guys comment, what we do is we scroll through, we randomly stop, and we pick a winner for cards. So every card, like the 4 cards here that I just made, these are going to be won by 4 people in the future. And so I was able to pull, actually I have some Happy Mail I want to show you guys too, so we'll do that. We pulled the winners for 2 classes from May. One was the Let's Just Stamp with the Pansy Patch. So if you guys are liking these cards and you're new to me and you haven't seen this yet, you can go back and watch this class. I do not have any kits left. There is a tutorial though, in case you want to purchase the tutorial. I have that available. And so we'll do the drum roll. Da-da-da! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. A little hello from me to you goes to Teresa Croat. It's C-R-O-A-T-T. Teresa, I don't believe I have your address. So if you want me to send your card, you just got to message me your address so I can mail it to you. I promise I don't do anything after that unless you want classes. Otherwise, you get a card from me. That's really how it works. This winner, winner, chicken dinner, purplicious card goes to Kathy Kelly. So Kathy Kelly, K-E-L-L-Y. I'm not sure if that's your last name or if it's a middle name, but Kathy Kelly, you are the winner of this card. Again, I don't have your address, so if you want me to send your card, I need it. This one goes to a happy birthday card, Connie Moore. So Connie, I don't know if you're still watching, but you commented earlier, so you are the winner of that card. All right, now this is the Countryside Inn Suite class that we did in May. No kits left, but again, there's a PDF tutorial in case anybody's liking these cards and wants the instructions. It's in my online store, or you can reach out to me privately to get it as well. Yeah, this one was like, I had none left. I even made extra of this class. So drum roll, please. I liked that one a lot. Sarah Merchant, I have your address. I know where you live. I know where to send that. Congratulations. This Thinking of You card goes to Joanne Lantz, L-A-N-T-Z. Joanne, you're new to me. If you could let me know your address so I can send you the card, I would really appreciate it. The fun folds. You guys, look at this Mac Daddy card here. It goes like that, and then like that, and everything. Wishing you everything wonderful. That card goes to Jeanette Pullum, P-U-L-L-U-M. Jeanette, you are the lucky winner of the Mac Daddy card, the gourmet one, my mom would call that. And then last but not least for this class, the birthday wishes goes to Deanne Slate, S-L-A-T-E, Deanne with no E on the end is how it was on the YouTube. So Deanne and Jeanette and Joanne and Sarah, congratulations to you, lucky ladies. Connie Moore, Teresa, and Kathy, congratulations to you, lucky ladies. So people ask, well, how do you win? Well, basically, if you comment, and the more you comment, the more odds are that your name would get drawn. So congratulations to you, 7 lucky ladies. So the ones that I have addresses for, I get those out soon. And the rest, I need addresses. When you get them to me, as soon as I start working on shipping, you're like, I'll work on these this coming week. We'll get them out. You guys, I thought this was adorable. This is from Laurel Smaglick. I don't like olives. I hate olives. You guys, there's not many things that I don't eat. Well, I don't eat all the weird things, right? Like caviar and like calamari's like iffy. Like I don't mind it, but I don't like it. But like olives, I hate them. I don't need an olive ever in my life. And then It is funny though, just like the pimento or whatever that is being shot out of the middle of the olive, and that one's just like, yep, give it to me. So that was cute. So that made me chuckle. So thanks for that card, Laurel. And then these came from D. Camelato. So they made up 125 of these cards total, like half and half. And they took them up to King, where the veterans home is, and they donated these 125 cards and then made them as thank you cards. She punched out whatever 4 plus 5 is 9 times 125, like almost 1,000 of those little stars, I think, if you did the math. And so look at this on the inside. They put in from Lee Greenwood, the I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died who gave that right to me, and I'll proudly stand next to him, defend her still today, because there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. So you guys, one of my favorite songs. Every time I hear the song, it gives me shivers. And then this is what they put on the inside. Thank you for serving our country, the sacrifices you made to find America's commitment to liberty and freedom. We appreciate everything you have done to protect our way of life. The Fond du Lac chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution. So Dee is a part of that. And Laurel and Dee and a team of people made up all these cards, 125, and they gave them to all the veterans at the home up in King, at the King up in, I think it's the King Veterans Home. So very awesome. Oh, they're so pretty. So hi, Lisa Sharkey. So yeah, I thought so if you guys need some inspiration for some American cards, like these are awesome. It was called, the stamp set was, you know what? She told me last night, Work of Art, maybe, was the name of the stamp set, but very pretty. So very nice that they did that to honor our veterans. So that's what I have for, and she brought me these so I could put them on display to show anybody else that they need some inspiration for some American cards. Very cool. It was very sweet of them. It sure was. So very, very cool, you guys. All right. Yeah, the song makes you cry too, Patty. I feel the same way. I was almost starting to tear up as I was saying it to you guys. It is one of the best songs, I think, that has ever been made. And so I love when they play it, and whenever they play it. Especially, I heard it a lot during fireworks for this 4th of July, which was really awesome. Yeah, what a wonderful project for our veterans. Absolutely. And you guys, that's a great segue into it. We're almost done with class. So if anybody needs to get going, you don't have to stick around unless you want to hear what I have to say, right? But we have the Wounded Warrior Project. They're going to be the recipients of our next card benefit that we're doing on October 7th. And so if you go to my events calendar at cardsbychrisby.com and you toggle forward to October, you will find the details for our Wounded Warrior Project card benefit, which is on World Card Making Day. And with a $30 donation, you get 5 handmade greeting cards. I have a team of gals that comes in the week beforehand. And for anybody that can't make it in person that day, which is fine, so you're all over the United States, that's great. You can still make a $30 donation and you'll get 5 handmade greeting cards. For an extra $5, you'll get 1 more card. And that card is going to feature the Trucking Along bundle. And Judy Immel already bought all the little flags that you put in your cupcakes. And we're going to have an American flag coming out the back of the truck. And so it's going to be a patriotic card that you can give to anybody who, for a thank you, a thinking of you card, for a birthday card. And so it's going to be red, white, and blue with a little truck on it with an American flag. So that's the extra card. None of these have been designed yet, you guys. We're still working. We're getting there, right? So don't ask to see them. They're not there quite yet. But we have thoughts in place. And my dad always says you're halfway there when you've thought about it. So Lisa got her packet today. Yay, good job. So the benefit is $30. If you need them mailed to you, it's $36 for shipping, or I should say, which includes shipping. And they will be mailed out the week after. And you don't get a card kit, kind of like what we do for class, because we use 5 different sets. We don't teach a class on it. We don't write up a PDF tutorial. It's not a class. It is a card benefit. And for those that come in person that day, they can make the cards themselves. And for anybody else, they get them, the work is all done for them. So they get to enjoy the cards already made up. And my team that comes in that week, they are meticulous and detail oriented, and these cards are pristine. And so they do a great job putting them together for you. So of the donation, so if you donate $30, $7 goes towards the supply. So it costs about $1.50 or $1.25 for the materials for the cards. And then the $23 that is left from that donation, and plus $5 if you do the extra $5, so you could potentially donate between $23 and $28. All that would go to the Wounded Warrior Project. So a great organization to help our veterans when people come out of service. Some need help, some go into post-traumatic stress, some have a hard time finding jobs, some have a hard time adapting back into civilian life, and so the Wounded Warrior Project helps our veterans. They help fight for our freedoms, and so I want to help support them so that we can remain where we're at, right? Free. So are they already made or a kit? So Janice, they are already made. They aren't already made at the moment. The cat just made a noise, but they will be made. You do not get kits for the Wounded Warrior card benefit cards. They are made up cards in an envelope, and they're either 5 cards or 6, depending on if you do the $36 or the $41 option, or in person or porch pickup is $30 or $35. So yes, and we don't give kits out because we don't write up a tutorial, and we do not take pictures of them really for a tutorial, and I don't do a video on how to make them. So to give somebody a random kit that says, here, make a card, you'd have to be like, okay, like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and they might sit there forever, never made. So we make them. So, but great organization to donate to. So I'm very happy, you guys. Last year we chose our Underground Railroad to receive we did a $2,500 donation, and you guys might be familiar with them now that the Sound of Freedom movie just came out. Our Underground Railroad, the guy who started that organization, Tim Ballard, the whole movie Sound of Freedom was based off of true story events that happened to him. And so after seeing that movie, I'm so happy we made the decision to donate to them. And now I'm thinking, I feel kind of bad not donating to them again this year, but I don't feel bad where the money's going to. So now I'm considering if we should do 3 benefits next year. Right? When in doubt, do more, right? So usually we do the MS card making benefit in the spring, and then we do in the fall on Card Making Day. Wounded Warrior is what we're doing this year, and I think we're going to do that again next year. And then I think I might throw in another benefit and do our Underground Railroad again, so that we have 3 benefits next year. So it's a lot to organize, you guys, I'll be honest with you. But I have a baby here for those that have been missing out on the card. The cutie kittens, hang on. Come on, baby. Oh, man. Here you go, guys. Here's your little kitten. Good night for you. So this is little Hunky. Come on, little baby. So this is little Hunky. You're going to look up and don't be camera shy. Oh, there he is. His little heart is pounding, you guys. So he just woke up from a slumbery nap, and he says, Mom, it's time to go in and give us some dinner. Oh, look at now. He's all cuddly. See? There he is. Okay. So, all right, you guys. So there you got some kitten loving, in case you guys were wondering about the kittens. It is very eye-opening. I do think so, Lynn. So with the movie, the Sound of Freedom, you guys, I had known about that. I became aware of what was happening with the child sex trafficking and selling the children and all of that. I had become aware of that probably about 2 years ago. I was starting to wake up to realize what was really happening. And that is already, so 2 years ago. And then we decided last summer to donate to our Underground Railroad. And I remember being so nervous talking to you guys about where the money was going to, because I wasn't sure how many other people were aware of what was really happening in the world with that. And I was nervous you guys wouldn't be open to it and receive that organization for it. And now that the movie came out and more people are being exposed to really and being shown, and people are waking up to what's happening, I feel better. Not me, I don't feel better about it, but I feel better about the fact that we did donate. And I was 110% happy with where we sent the money to last year. So, and I think you guys, it was our biggest benefit to date was last year's to our Underground Railroad, and now the money is going to veterans, and I think you guys we're going to even have a bigger benefit this coming fall for that one. So, yeah, Hunky is so cute. He's in the light box, you guys. He's so adorable. So you guys, let me entertain you for one more minute with a kitten. Hi, Bobby McPherson. Long time no see. Okay, you guys, I'm going to flip the camera around. You can see him where he is here. Hang on. Here he is. He's hanging out in my light box. You guys, this is a hot mess over here. So he's going to get out of there, and he's going to have a hard time getting out. Oh, but there he is. He made it. So, all right. So I know not everybody's a kitten fan, so, but he came out at the end and he wanted you guys to know he says hello. So, love gray tabbies, had 9 out of the 20. Yes, I love gray tabbies too. Bobby, I'm so excited you're here. Yay, I haven't seen you for forever, girlfriend. So, all right, and there he is. I'm watching the video there, you guys see him. All right, so what's coming up, you guys? Next Monday, so in about 4 days, we have the Let's Just Stamp card class, which features playing in the rain. I have 6 to 7 card kits left for that class. They'll go sooner or later too. So if you're on the fence about that one, please reach out so I can make sure I can get them to you. And then next week we have the monthly class and Share, Create, Inspire card class. I do believe here, I'll show you them just in case you didn't see what they are. Playing in the Rain looks like this, and this is what we're doing on Monday. All right, so 1 o'clock Central. If you can't make that time, that's okay. You can always watch the replay. The monthly cards look like this, and everybody got pink and blue, so you could choose a baby card for a boy or a girl. And then we've got these cards right here, so that's the monthly class next Thursday. And then Share, Create, Inspire, compliments of Sherry Pyre. We have Share, Create, Inspire class on Wednesday morning at 10. So we've got, I know for sure, 3 classes. And then Rose Coleman, you guys, is doing the technique class. And I've got maybe 4 left of this class that Rose is doing next Tuesday at 1:30 Central. She's going to teach you all about using fun with embossing paste. And then this is actually a gift card holder in here. So that is Tuesday with Rose. And then the last class for the month isn't until the 31st with you guys. Diana's doing it in person, but Ink, Paper, Scissors features inked botanicals. I've got maybe 15 left of this class. I know the class isn't for about 2 weeks, but I'm getting, 15 isn't a lot with 3 weeks to go. All fun folds, you guys. So all of the cardstock is cut for you on this. You get the designer paper, so you'll cut your designer, but they're all fun folds. So you would get the PDF tutorial for this class. And this one is a gift card holder, like that. And then this last one is I love this layout. Isn't that super cool? So you get the PDF tutorial with that one, all 4 fun folds for that class. Super cool. And the last one I already showed you tonight, that's Let's Just Stamp for September. So that takes you through what we have left for the rest of the month. So fun stuff. All right. So without further ado, I think that I will let you go. I don't know. I do want to say DSP samplers, in case you were on the fence or you're looking for that, please message me so I can make sure I include you in getting one. And for those that get product shares from me, I'm in the process of putting together the paper and ribbon and embellishment shares and getting the pricing together. As soon as I have that together, I will share it on my website and send an email about it. But if you're looking to get a sampling of everything in the catalog, the new holiday catalog that's coming out, I do a la carte options. You can pick paper, you can pick embellishments or ribbon, and you could also pick all of them or a combination of 2 of them. So that's coming, that's coming down the pipeline, all right? So I'll have that soon. And yeah, so I hope you have a great weekend too, as well as Tammy Steckling and everybody else. Enjoy your weekend ahead here. Sign me up for the ink, paper, scissors. Penny, yes, I will do that. If you guys are watching now, make sure you, I saw your comment, Penny, but I will also, if you guys need anything, email me, text me, call me. I don't check the comments on this after the video very religiously. So if you need anything, anybody, just reach out to me privately so we can make sure we get you signed up for stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. Enjoy the rest of your week, you guys. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you on Monday for the Let's Just Stamp Playing in the Rain. Lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs, you guys. You're looking at my kitty in the sink. Yep, there is a cup of water in there, Jeannie Parker. And he's like, give it back to me, Mom. He loves to play in the water. So he is obsessed with the water. You need to let it run for him so he can puddle in it. Oh, I'm glad you liked it, Ileana. All right. You can't wait to make yours. Good, good. All right, you guys. Sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. Enjoy the rest of your night. Love you long time. I'm going to count to 10 just in case it cuts out early. Then you see everything. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the class. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Thanks, Linda Hunt. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,